Guys, I would like to show you a game against Coach Judit, which would be Judit Polgar, played this morning. And why do I want to show you this game? Because I didn't understand well how it works. And so they asked me, what is the rating? I thought, okay, let's put 400, no? Just for putting 400. And then uh, it didn't make sense because uh, if you ask me the rating, it means you are not really coaching me because you should know what my rating is or what my chess knowledge is. Okay? In this case, it seems that chess.com assigned 400 to the coach, but the coach plays horribly. I was white. I played e4 and Judith Polgar plays h5. This doesn't make any sense. Why? Because it's not teaching you anything. There is no coach, serious coach, that would play such an opening, especially if he doesn't want to explain you something. Like he says, hey, this is a wrong idea and a wrong move. But also in the game review, it wasn't explained, okay? So obviously I continue like this. Why? Because I get control of the squares and I get control of this one. So I cannot play, she cannot play this. Now, at this point I thought that the robot, the engine, was provoking me with this kind of move because I know if it was Magnus, he could do it on purpose to take me out of my opening preparation. And so the next move is b6. And I do whatever you should do, no? Just bring out the knights and develop. And here we have the interesting part that once more it wasn't explained by the coach. Why do you do this move? Because you are attacking the center, and attacking the center is not only attacking the center, but is to try to exchange a side pawn for a central one. Central pawns are more important than the side one. Obviously, I didn't want to exchange it because I wanted to take control of the square in the opponent territory. So now he cannot play this, no? And so I thought that was good. Now, I'm not telling you that these are the best move, but I tell you that no coach will play like it was played. Now she played rook h6. I don't believe that Judith Polgar, as a coach, would ever play this move against a pupil, because, again, it's just a blunder. It doesn't mean anything. And of course, your first move is this. So this video can also be dedicated to those players that are really 400 and don't understand what's going on. Obviously took back, no? And what do? I bring out the other knight because at that point I'm peachy, like they say in Georgia. Here, other move that doesn't make any sense. In reality, also if a player would be very, very bad, like a 400, I think he would play something like this. He would try to challenge my center, no, in some ways. But I don't believe he plays something like this, because it doesn't make any sense. Okay? And so I took. And here again, the coach, Judith Polgar, makes the mistake, c4. And I take why? Because I want to bring out my bishop so I can castle, and I develop one piece because that's the goal of the opening, right? and here he plays this, which is terrible again. I take, he plays here, obviously I take again because in this way the king is exposed, right? And then of course I exchange because at this point I have such a huge material advantage that just exchanging the pieces I will be able to win the game. Since there is no real threat on the king side, I castle because I have to finish the development. And my opponent, the coach Judit Polgar, play this. And of course I play this because I want to take this one. So I can bring the queen into a game, and then I can also bring the rooks. So I'm not greedy at all, okay? It's just that I needed to open the files for the rooks. And of course I need to defend this. Why? Because if it takes, this is undefended, I will lose it. Now, is that pawn, lose a pawn with this material advantage important? No, it wasn't important at all, but I didn't want to lose such a thorn in my opponent territory. Now, of course, at the moment it's defended, but when there is a fight, and you will learn it from book like this, you will learn that you need to do hyper protection. So you don't protect, let's say it's attacked by 2, you protect with 4, or because it's very important, especially when it's in the enemy territory. And here again, a move that doesn't make any sense, that I don't think is teaching you nothing, because a human coach wouldn't make that mistake, also if he's not strong at all, okay? This is pin now, so that's why he wouldn't go there. And why would you lose another knight? I don't know. Queen e8, obviously I don't want to exchange the queens. Why? Because I think I'm going to win the game, giving checkmate. So I want to keep the queen into the game if I can. Queen f8, boom, I take here because at this point I could have another queen. Obviously blocks, and boom, this move that is really terrible for black because is taking away a lot of squares. If this move away somewhere, you could give checkmate, and so on and so forth, okay? Obviously moves here, and at this point the game is really lost. Why? Because check. This is a pin, cannot take, so this is lost, right? King here, I take. Now, it's not the point that I was making, is not that I need to show you this game because I created a masterpiece. What I wanted to convey is the fact that unfortunately a computer is not able to teach you real chess. And that's the terrible part. Now, I need to give checkmate. So I need to lift the rook in order to cut away the ways that this king could escape, right? And remember, you always need more pieces to give a checkmate. Here I take, goes here, and of course I cut away the possibility that he escapes, okay? So again, he plays this, I don't care. Why? Because I'm going for the checkmate, and after this there is this, and the game is over. But the point that I have shown you is how is possible that you have a coach that play these moves. That doesn't make much sense to me. And it's giving a bad example to someone who is really 400, because that kind of move is not teaching anything, in my opinion. Now I would like to show you instead one of the games played against this month robots that Chess.com has the aliens, probably because the White House showed some files about aliens, and so they made the aliens. I think it's very funny. The game, however, will be a little tough because this robot, this engine, is set nearly to 1900. So the fight, I was black. I choose the opening, the Dutch, that probably wasn't very good because I didn't play for a while and it was passive. So I had problems to be able to get out of it and gain an advantage. But in the end, I was able to gain an advantage, and now you will see the game in the next video.